What's going on, crypto pocketers? Crypto pockets. We back today. Hope you enjoyed the mining rig video. I know the camera footage wasn't all that great, but at either rate, I hope you learned something from it. And like I promised, today we're going to talk about the AMD graphic settings 6800 series by AMD. I'm going to show you all of that, show you what I set my graphics cards to, give you a little insight there. So we're going to go straight into it. No more long drawn intro. I learned the game. So anyway, let's go. We're going straight into it. Here we go. So first thing we want to talk about, open up your web browser, right? We are going to go to www.amd.com/en for English support. As you can see, I've been there before, but just walking you through it. Bam, AMD site. Go to drivers and support. If you didn't get here this way and you just went to amd.com, either rate, drivers and support. What graphics card do we have? The 6800 AMD Radeon. So here we go. I'm going to click on graphics. I'm going to click on the 6000 series, and we're going to click on the 6800 series. And we don't have an XT, but we do have a 6800, and that's what we're going to click on. Then we click on submit. Real simple, right? All right, now the next part here, we have to know you have to know what version or OS that you have. So you got some Linux flavors down here, and you got the Windows flavors up above. For me, I had Windows 10 64, and you just want to choose the Adrenaline 22.3.2 optional revision number. You want the full thing, which is 539 megabytes. All right, recently released, so it's a more up to date. And you click on download. It'll download the file for you. You run it. You may have to do your UAC, accept that file so it can install properly. You may have to reboot a couple of times as well. And that I'm not going to show you, but that's as simple as it gets. You download this and you're good. Now, if you want to see what's on the update or on this driver in particular, you can click on the release notes, tells you what's been fixed, known issues, all that good stuff. All right. Now, if I go back, I do want to show you something. There are times when Windows wants to update its own software. You can put it on any setting you want, and for some reason it still updates the drivers. So I'll show you that video sometime later on, but for now I'm going to show you what would happen if you need to go back to previous drivers. All right, they hide it right here. It's like I don't know why they have it hidden, but so after the OSs, you'll see right here previous drivers, and you can click on Windows 10. And you should see all of the other drivers. So different revision numbers, 22.1.2. If you need something a little older than that, 21.10.3. So you got to really make sure you know which driver works for you the best. All right? Key, because you may have to revert back. All right? Simple as that. Or if you don't feel like downloading it manually, and you want more of an automation, I guess. I'm going to show you what that will be. You can click this download now button where it auto detects what you have installed, and it'll install the latest driver. Like I said, you might not need the latest driver, so keep that in mind when you go to your previous driver. All right, so next up the bat, AMD settings for the GPU. We're getting closer to me showing you mining. Now that we've installed our graphics drivers, you rebooted a couple times, we are ready to go to the settings. You ready? Here we go. All right. Close your browser window out. Need it? You can go and search right here. Once again, I'm using Windows 10 64, AMD Radeon software, or the app. Click on it. Here we go. Here we go. This is the scenario. So let's start off. When you first get into the software, the app, the Radeon app, you're going to see a screen like this. A whole bunch of things happening. It's just showing you most of the details here. I don't even bother with it. Never really looked at this screen, to be honest with you. Then if you're doing it for gaming, you go to gaming, more settings. So here's the metrics. Shows you all of your GPUs, CPUs that you have installed on the motherboard we installed. It's a little much to view, but it does have some good metrics to it, I guess. I don't really bother with this view. Next up to bat is tuning. This is where I play. All right, this is where you're going to play. Couple of things. So you can change settings on your GPU card, and you can save that setting to load at a later time. So let me show you how to do that. Right here, this is the load profile. And to save your profile or the settings that you made, you click Save Profile, give it a name, blah, 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 and click Save. If you wanted to load it, you look for the saved file or the saved profile, and you open it. Done. Very easy, I think. All right. So global tuning, I believe, is the only option you have. But if you do have an AMD CPU, you would see other options as well. And for some reason, it's not showing my CPU, but I don't know. I'm not really mining from the CPU. I could probably an extra little, a little more speed, but nah. All right, so you go to GPU right here. Click on the drop down. There's all the 4 GPUs. All right. One thing to note, which I think is really weird, AMD, call me, because this driver is a 6800 series, not a 6600 series. What's up with that? That's not what this is about. And no, I'm not going to write to them. They should write to me. I'll surely partner with you, AMD. Let me know. I'm on your side. Either rate, here we go. But for real. So I'm just going to show you how to work the settings. I'm not going to change anything, but I'll go through it with you because I am mining at this moment. So tuning control, default, undervolt GPU, overclock your VRAM, virtual memory on your graphics card. So these are settings preset. You can click on them, see how they do for you, see what kind of speed you're getting on your mining. But I found that I had to adjust more. Most of them ended at 99, 102 watts while it was operating. It was a little much. It didn't really fit right. So what you got to do is click custom, okay, where you can change your settings individually. So for the GPU tuning, you want to turn that on. That's why mine is enabled. You got your clock speed, and then you got your voltage. Now there's a balance here. Look at my settings. This is what I have it set to. It's not perfect. You have to play around with the voltage and the max frequency. So my max frequency is set to 2311. And it's, as you can see, the clock speed, it's not utilizing 2311. It's just slightly under. So I'm okay right there. 1109 is for my voltage. Both of those combined dictate what kind of power consumption you're going to use. I'm at 73 watts now. I want to tweak it a little bit. It'll probably give me a little more speed to make it at 75, 76. But even though you see it at 73, the clock speed can be amped up just slightly as well. So you may not have to mess with these two, or you'll have, you just got to play around to see what setting fits your GPU. But at the same time, if you do something bonkers, too much voltage, if you slide all of the levels all the way up, your graphics card will not work. You may have to even reboot your PC and start over and try again. Hence the solid state drive or a NVRAM drive. All right. But anyway, a lot of playing and fiddling around with that. So this is what works for me. So you ain't got to do the same thing. All right. So VRAM tuning, I have that enabled. I don't mess with the memory timing. I mess with the max frequency of the VRAM. So how much speed can you calculate? So I turned that on. I enabled that, which opened up the max frequency pane. I have that at 1840. It goes all the way to 1900. 1840 works. I want to bump it up. Like I say, maybe I get more speed for the mining for this GPU card, but I don't feel like playing with it right now. I am just happy to see 73 watts. What? 73 watts. I'm happy to see it. Yeah. One thing I do want to show you though, you can set your own fan speed. Right now it's at 740 RPM. This fan, I believe, goes to 2000 or something like that. But current temperature is 66, not bad. As you see, if you look at the metric right there, the little chart, it's right in the middle. That's all right. And it's not running hot. It's all good. But if you don't like that temperature, you can always enable and tune those settings as well. And I'll show that to you real quick. So you enable it, and then you click on Advanced Control. To the left of this graph, you have the speed of your fan. To the bottom here, you got your temperature of the GPU card. So let's say that at 62 degrees, I want my fan spinning at 75%. So I would jump it right here. See, 62, 75. Get it? Or if my fan, why is my fan spinning so much? I think at 62, it needs to be at something over here. You know what I mean? So you can play around with it and so on and so forth. I didn't find a need to do anything there, so I just left that alone. All right. But you click on Apply Changes. Then you save your profile. Remember how I told you how to do that? Save your profile if it's working for you. This way you can load it if you have to reboot. Make a copy of your profile. Okay? Do that as well. Find out where it's located. I can show you that, but I made a backup copy of that. If you need to know, I can really show it to you. But for this purpose, for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to do it. All right, so right now I'm just going to discard the changes, leave my settings all alone. So once you save your profile, then you can go to the second GPU and you load your profile. So the profile I have set is for LTC coin mining. All right. And you see this one right here, 77 watts. We'll go to the third one, 68 watts, 77 watts. And if you notice the clock speeds, this is the fourth one, 2279, 2294, and the wattage is less. I don't know, something I got to figure out. This is at 1840. So things like that, play around with, see what works best. But I think I found my settings. So now that we have all our settings in place, don't forget to save them. Play around with it, try it. There may be some reboot. Your GPUs may not spin. You may have to reboot again, change some settings, load the settings until you find the one that works for you. Yeah, it's a little pain, but you may, after about 2-3 times, you'll finally get it, about the 4th, 5th time. All right? With that being said, let's get ready for the mining. I can't wait to show you all of those details. And we're going to start with Litecoin first, all right? Oh, by the way, subscribe. Wait for it. Subscribe. Somewhere, I'm going to put it somewhere. Subscribe and like me, all right? Like me. Or do a like. You know what I'm saying? Just subscribe. We're going to get it. Let's get this money. Put some crypto in your pockets.